Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement. Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to That Boom Bap. I'm your host, Gary Lee, also known as G Hawkins. Of course, you can find my ass anywhere online, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with a Z. And I'm with the lovely, the straight-haired beauty, what's her name? None other than Layla E. What up, Layla? What's good?
Hey.
How you feeling today?
Stressed the fuck out.
It
papers?
happens.
Yeah, this episode is not one to mess with. So I'm stressed out, but hopefully I don't look too stressed.
Well, shit. It is what it is. You got it. That's why we have you in the building. Like that Beastie Boys shirt, though. I see you.
That is
Shout out
pretty dope.
nostalgia.
Yes.
Nostalgia.
Yes.
I see you. Hello, Nasty. Speaking of Nasty, we've got none other than our main man, International Reem Supreme.
That's a new one.
What up, Reem?
Gunfire! Duck, motherfucker, duck!
You like that?
Yes.
Filthy animal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
I love
yes. Yes, man.
Take that with you.
That's how we do in 2018, man.
Yeah, man.
Keep
Nah,
the
that's how we
fucking
riding
change,
out
man.
2018. Like, I think we came into it like, this should be a good year. But now, can I get that again? Now it's like, duck, motherfucker, duck!
Yeah.
Nah, what up, Facebook Live? Yo, I appreciate everybody that's been giving us some attention on YouTube. I noticed that our streams are going up. I appreciate that. Thank y'all so much. Layla, what's good, homie?
What's good?
You all right?
No.
She's still straight.
Why
She's
you
still
gotta
stressed.
why you gotta put me out on the spot?
Yo, shout out Banner the Hawk, my mans and them.
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out to them.
Noah, what up? What up? What up? Now, we've got a special guest in the building.
Yes,
Layla, would you
sir.
like to do
do.
the honors?
Oh my gosh, yes. So super duper excited because we met about, I'm going to do a miniature Reem introduction. That means it ain't going to be no whole long story. But we did meet at a podcast meetup where I also met G-Hawk. And
Yep.
he immediately, we had this fun little interaction and he wanted me to come on his show. So I went on his show, which is also called Flagrant 2. He also hosts Why Not Sports. And so it's my honor to bring the most nicest person I've ever met in my life next to y'all, D. Murph.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Appreciate y'all.
What up, D-Murph?
Reem, Layla,
man.
G-Hawk. It's
What
good
up,
to
man?
have me. Hey, man.
Hey,
Thank you for having me, too,
appreciate
brother.
you, my
For
G.
real, man.
Appreciate you
Man,
and what you
appreciate
do in
the
this
love, man.
podcasting world, man.
For
Man,
real.
You set the
appreciate
example.
that.
You set the bar fucking high, man.
Man, it's I love what we do, man.
And you're pretty tall, so setting the bar that high wasn't
big
really
homie,
even that
so
hard
shout out
for
to
you.
Houston for adopting me,
Absolutely.
Houston showing me mad love as well as you guys too. So this is a dope experience.
Absolutely,
That's
man.
what we
We
like to do,
believe in bringing really dope content to
Yeah.
all of our audience, whether you're checking us out at www.thesphere.tv/boom bap, or if you're listening on SoundCloud, or if you're listening on Stitcher, or if you're listening on What else? Where Google
Any
Play,
goddamn
Google
place.
Play,
Any place that a
iTunes.
podcast
You know what I'm
is
saying?
at.
I got radio.
I got to stunt for just a moment. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't do it, ain't nobody else at the table going to do
right.
it.
That's
That's why I'm
Yeah.
here.
Right.
But nah, for real, son. So I'm happy that you're here. I wish we could have did this earlier, but everything in God's time. So we here now.
It is his timing, ain't it?
Absolutely.
And here we
Here
are
now.
today.
We're going to rock this
More
out.
season.
Yes, sir.
I hope the viewers are ready.
Yo.
I hope so.
So let me just let y'all know, for those that are tuned in right now, we are at this point in the year where it's time to talk about the top 10 albums in hip hop for 2018. Now, obviously, for those that's been rocking with us for the last damn near 3 years, or a little bit more than 3 years in all actuality, you know that we do our top 10 live show. We're doing it here at the Sphere Podcast Studios next week. But before we do that, we always like to talk about the honorable mentions, those albums that didn't quite make the cut, but God damn it, best believe our honorable mentions are better than your top 10 list. Let me am I right?
Starting on
I'm just saying.
See, you getting
We
that
need
from me.
gunfire
That's
for
what
that.
Yeah,
Let it go. Let it go.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
No, turn around. Get him again.
Shit is real.
With the Timbs on.
This is what we do, man.
Stomp
This is
on.
what we do. That's
got Tim's on?
that's not
No.
today. Not today. She was talking about you.
Oh, I thought you had 10.
No, I ain't do it. I ain't do it.
Nah, he had the 10 personality on.
But this is what we do. We talk hip hop. It's about that real shit. We gonna need the help. Chucko, we see you in the building.
Katia,
Mo,
we
we see you in
see
the
you.
building.
What up,
We gonna
Katia?
need the help. Everybody on the
Amber
Facebook watch
Lee.
party.
Yeah,
We
they
need
growing.
y'all
It's
help
growing. Yeah,
getting
yeah.
through these goddamn albums because it's so many. But we want to give you all some of our most honorable mentions.
For real, y'all better
Oh,
be ready,
man.
man.
So-
This is a pen and pad episode.
I
right
ain't
here.
even ready.
It really is. And I
really
want to
is.
do this.
Literally. I don't know if you try to throw shade.
Nah.
Trees like G be doing,
Man,
but yeah.
Come
yeah,
on.
That was it.
Come on. Shady as a rock. So, D Murph,
What's up? What up?
you're
what
in the
up?
building with us
I'm in
as
here.
the guest of honor.
I'm in this thing.
We want to start this shit off with you, Sor. And really, no order.
Pressure.
No pressure.
No order,
Why I
no
gotta go
pressure.
first? I want to kind of see what.
No, because you're the
Wait,
guest.
wait.
You big homie.
I appreciate
No
that.
order.
I appreciate that.
No order necessary. This is not a the top 10 honorable mentions, but just drop out some of your honorable mentions for 2018.
That's what I thought you was going. Hold on.
Oh,
Before
you
we
gonna
do
hit him
that,
with
we
no,
got to
that's
do
your
it right.
question.
Yeah, we got to do it right.
Okay.
Oh,
Set it
shit.
off. Introduce yourself to the
Okay.
audience. But we
Okay.
need to start with, when did you first fall in love with hip hop?
Brown sugar style.
Man, from the beginning, man. I'm an '80s baby.
Hey.
And anybody that know about '80s, whether it's just hip hop, that's how we grew up. We played ball. My cousins, they before they went to hoop, they was playing music.
Absolutely.
Hip hop. Yo MTV
There
raps
was
a
somebody,
video.
there was somebody at the basketball
We
court who
had
popped
to-
their trunk
come-
up and just let it go.
Come on, the actual boom boxes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when I grew up. So hip hop has always been in my DNA, and even to this day, if you check out the podcast, I actually have music. I have an intro and an outro, so that's just the love of hip hop, and I'm carrying on even as an adult. So
That's
shout
what's
out to
up.
hip hop.
I'm gonna talk to G about me getting some intro music.
Oh,
Okay.
Just you?
Just
You already got the damn AKs?
Damn.
And
That's funny as
gunshots?
shit.
listen. Don't be putting my business in the street.
Man.
And
Every superhero need a theme music.
That's
Oh, he
very-
a
and a cape.
superhero now.
But speak on that a little bit more, D Murph, because I want people to know what your podcasts are about. And I'm
Right.
using the plural tense because
Yeah, it's
obviously there's
plural.
more than one.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
talk a little bit about how you got into podcasting and what that looks like today for you.
Man, to be honest, man, I just felt like I've always been someone that always liked to talk. And for those my family and friends out there on the Facebook world laughing at me right now, like, yep, that's Murph, always running his mouth. So just knowing as a black man, being able to have a voice, and I believe we need more of us, especially with our platforms. And just with podcasting, man, I've always felt like I can talk. And interactions and things like that, being in leadership outside of being a podcaster is giving me the confidence to say, you know what, let me try this thing out. Let me see if I am really as good as I think or I've heard I am. So let me start just seeing if I can have guests like later. Of course, linking up with G-Hawk and Reem and just seeing where we can take it. And here we are 2.5 years later. And Why Not Sports introduced me into this game, being a former D1 athlete, husband, father, and just kind of like, man, let me just see. Because a lot of, either athletes or some of my former teammates, it's hard for us to make that transition once our collegiate career is done.
Right,
Being a jock,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, things are kind of laid out for us, so to speak. But once we enter that real world, it's kind of like,
Damn.
Now
yeah,
what?
who I don't care what you did.
Yeah.
What are you going to do today and now? So
Right.
I've been able to, of course, have my family and friends support, and here I am today. And then the Flagrant 2, which, well, first, Why Not Sports talks about the good, bad, and the ugly of sports and how it impacts your everyday life.
Okay.
So I did get my degree as well, so I've been able to kind of balance both things that I learned as an athlete, the competitive spirit that I have, being able to talk to reporters and just being able to interview. I kind of use that to carry over to what I'm doing today.
Very dope.
And then Flagrant 2, I had my pops, love you pops. We talk nothing sports. And we had a lot of mass support, a lot of listens and downloads. And they was like, yo, you need to talk more than sports. We really dig the relationship aspect. Now, having your father in your life, and here you are today, you can inspire other, families or even children to say, hey, your parent can one day have an impact in your life, whether you know it or not. And that's what the Flagrant 2 is. Everyday people having everyday conversation, and both platforms can be heard. So like you said, everywhere.
Nice.
I include iHeartRadio on Spotify, and I'm working on a website, and for 2019, y'all heard it exclusively.
There it
I
is.
love
The
these
Sphere.
exclusives.
For all of your website needs, you should holler at me, the digital marketing genius
well,
at True
see,
Digital
look at
Media
y'all see how God
Consulting.
works.
Yeah, right at the
Absolutely.
table.
Right here at the
Man,
table.
I'm
True
loving
Digital
this.
Media
This is where it
Consult.
is. We
Yeah,
try
well,
to
that's-
keep all the dollars within the culture.
Come
I'm
on, man.
excited though, man. Well,
You
that's
should
what's
be.
up. Well, we gonna definitely rap after this, then,
You
brother.
should be.
That's
Well,
real.
listen, we around the same way. It's crazy. I always wish that I can meet interesting people like yourself much earlier on, but like I said, God's in control,
Yes,
and we're
sir.
here now,
Yes,
so
sir.
we
Yes, sir.
move forward from
Yes,
here.
sir.
I love the Flagrant 2 aspect of everything. I like being able to connect the dots, and be able to put out positive energy, especially throughout our culture and our community.
Right.
I feel like we do a really good job with that. But let me ask you this: when it came to the generation gap that we have right now, it always feels like it's us versus them. In your opinion, what can we do to change to bridge that gap a little bit more between the little Yachty's and the Travis Scotts of the world to your Raekwon Ghost Faces and what's your opinion on that?
I just like in everyday life, just keep an open mind. You can always learn from somebody, always. So it's just keeping an open mind and just not saying the generation how we grew up was like this compared to how y'all grew up. Just kind of see what you can do to combine it, and let's make magic.
All
And
right,
I
that's
really
what's up.
believe that.
That's
Good
dope.
shit.
All right.
But I
Yeah.
still want to know, what was your ultimate first time, like a song that you just absolutely was obsessed with? On repeat, you kept rewinding that tape deck, something.
Rapper's delight.
Really?
He said from the beginning.
From the
Oh.
beginning.
You
Shout out to my
serious?
family. I love y'all. This is Rapper Delight. And I'm the hip hop, the hippie, Dr. Don't Stop. And I've got two friends along. Like I've always, I've always brought people with me.
Yeah.
Like my podcast, Big Roy. Shout out to him he the co-host of Why Not Sports. So I've always lived with them words, bring people along.
Yeah.
You can't do it by yourself. And then like the Flagrant 2, each and every week I got guests. No matter politician, musician,
Yeah.
poet, parent, like whatever. Is you want to bring people along your journey, and it's just something that stuck with me ever since then. So that song is even to this day it's definitely paid dividends.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Good
I
question.
like it. No,
That's a real good
I like your answer.
Shit's dope. Speaking of dope,
Uh-oh.
this particular portion of the show is sponsored by KOG and Company. So, are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Unleash Your Dopeness is a empowerment movement built by those to encourage the masses to operate outside their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue your dreams and passions in life. Join thousands of people across the world to unlock your greatness that dwells inside. Shop dope gear at KOGpassion.com. That's KOGpassion.com and use the coupon code DOPE for 10% off exclusive gear and apparel. Act now, sizes are selling out fast. Shout out to
You know what I'm
KOG.
saying?
Man,
company.
shout out to KG. What up, my
Doing a
twin?
thing, man.
For real.
Doing a thing. So, I got excited earlier, and I think we're ready now.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
Yeah.
To
Uh-oh.
get into this.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh my. So, Murph,
Yes, sir.
you're at the table.
I'm at the table, man.
And
Yay.
With my people.
Get ready, man.
I see you've got some notes.
I
there.
got a little something.
We're talking 2018, which is arguably one of the most prolific,
Not the best.
expansive,
He's being very careful with his words.
I know.
and powerful
Yes, sir.
years in hip hop, at least in the last decade.
Yes.
And if so, we've always had to narrow things down to say what's the best of the best, the creme de la creme.
It's hard.
However, there's always a few that just don't make that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's dive deep into your top honorable mentions of 2018 for best hip hop albums.
I gotta fall back.
Oh, I like it, Mike.
I like that.
like it,
I like
Mike.
that. So I'm the first two that came to mind, and trust me, this is up for debate. But the first one is Meek Mill. I think that's an honorable mention because it's late 2018. It's hard for me personally to put him in the top 10 when it came out toward the end of the year. And I know some people chiming in like, Merv, how can you do that? He been gone for a while, came back, he collabed with Drake. Yes, that's dope, and that's what we need. But to actually put it up there in the top 10 is just hard to put that up there for that reason. And then the Carter 5. That
Oh,
he didn't
snap.
make my top 10. I've listened to it a couple of times, and just to make sure I wasn't in my personal listening ears,
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm like, it's only a couple of songs. The one with his daughter, of course, and then the one with Kendrick, the ones that really stood out. I just don't think he was kind of really put all into it. It's kind of like I'm gonna just drop because I'm Lil Wayne, and I'm gonna just let it sell. So that's but still, it's what he does.
I gotta agree with that. I think for the younger audience that didn't grow up with him, it was definitely up their alley. I think, and this is no way a shot, I think that marketplace and that audience is very easy to please. The one thing that I will say is I enjoyed hearing Lil Wayne be Lil Wayne and him spitting the way that he was spitting, how he was playing with words, the way he was playing with them. It just reminded me of why we like Lil Wayne.
Right.
Now,
Right.
the quality of the work is what I think we really have an issue with. Way too many songs on the album, could have cut a lot of that fat away and had a better album overall, in my personal opinion. But I'm with you on that.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
I keep looking at G.
I'm confused how we touched Meek Mill and then immediately went to Carter, as if.
Don't be confused. It was his.
That was
this
me.
is
That
his-
was me,
these
big
are
dog.
his
Let this
opinions.
I know who did the shit, but y'all didn't say anything about this shit. As if championships, even with a small amount of time, doesn't have quality content. Bars from Meek Mill. It's impactful. There's great production. There's great playback value, and there's some anti-skip in there. There's songs where you can go out song to song. Now, I will agree that it's late in the game, but D Murph, too late for your top 10, D Murph?
Hey, man,
I'm shocked
When
at
did
that,
you close out the
actually.
list? In November?
You pulling a Grammys,
Hey,
an
man,
award
I'm
show?
just being real. Like,
So you pulling the Grammy?
Yeah.
I'm just,
D Murph and pull the Grammy.
so I mean, I don't believe the combination of Grammy is just kind of like, man, you gotta let it stretch for a little bit.
Well, I mean, I
That's all I'm
respect
coming
that.
from.
So
I
what's your
respect that.
what's your opinion on EPs? I mean, can we throw them in there as albums?
Of
I mean, I
course.
know an EP is not an
That's
album,
That's
but
our language right there.
Of
yeah,
course.
yeah. Where are
See,
we with this?
That
right
was
here?
the question that I had yesterday, because when I started looking at my top 30, yes, 30, okay, I realized I don't think some of these should qualify because they're only EPs or they're right at the 7-track mark, which would have knocked off all of Kanye's productions of the year.
Nah, but his 7 counts.
Well,
All those
Pusha T
albums
it
count.
But
puts,
that
puts
Pusha
it
T, yeah,
right
yeah.
there. You know what I mean?
Nah,
so
but
how
all
do
you need
feel-
all you need is 5 distinctive songs.
Is
Yeah.
it 5 or is it 7?
It's 5.
It's
Five.
5 to be
according
an
to Grammy
album.
rules.
And that's why I'm also mad at Big Crit.
What, he only put out 3?
He had
And
what,
then 2.
2-3 different
dropped 3
productions
and
with
then 2.
2-3 songs on it. I'm like, damn, you could have made it 1, and he easily could have been in my
Nah,
top.
I just listened
15.
to a new Crip project the other day. There was
That's
like
what
3
I'm saying.
songs
It has 3
on
It was
it.
tracks
it's like he
on
dropped 3, and then he dropped another one I saw that had 2 tracks
2.
on it.
Yep, and then he dropped another one.
That's a maxi single.
Yeah,
Real
rap.
So how do you feel about when you're thinking about your honorable mentions or your let's just say your top 20 period?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like EP should be included in mixtapes? Because sometimes mixtapes are better than a lot of these albums. Say I'm lying.
Nah. There's some truth to that, but a mixtape is a mixtape and an album's an album.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I
That's
said,
a
should
good
we do
question.
top
I
10
don't know about that.
projects?
That's a good question.
Because it's tough
I think
to
projects
distinguish.
Yeah.
Nick Grant's Dreaming Out Loud. Is it a mixtape or is it an album?
It feels like a mixtape, but
it's-
that's an album. He
It's
promoted
produced-
it as an
It's
album.
produced as an album.
It's
but-
released as an album.
So you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah, it's released as an album.
come on.
Come on, tell
so,
us
I mean,
something.
it's different. It's different out here in these fucking streets. Facebook Live, what y'all got to say about this?
Yeah, that's-
what up? What up, Tut? We see you in the
Tuts
building.
in the building.
He's a Patreon exclusive pioneer.
He surely
King
is.
Tut.
What he say?
We
I
appreciate
see
that,
my
man.
name somewhere.
And he'll be featured on the show next week,
Yeah,
chiming
he
in.
shall be. He
Yes,
shall
sir.
be.
I'm excited about that. But listen, there's something that he said in the comments, which kind of compliments, or should I say piggyback off of what Murph was saying. He agrees, in order to be submitted into a top 10, you got to sit with it for a while. So if it came out in mid to late December, you don't really have that time because, you got about a week and a half.
What if it's just that impactful, though?
Some albums
to,
are
to,
that
to that
impactful.
person.
Champions was impactful to me.
Talk about it.
Yeah, but see,
Who's to say
Champions
it's
walked
not?
away with about an 80% from all of us at the end of the day. It is 19 tracks. We said 13, 14 out of 19.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
wait. I'll do one better. D Murph. We did a top 5 for the first half of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Would Champions make it for your top 5 towards the second half of the year?
Absolutely.
There we go. So then,
If we did it like that,
So
we
if
break
it's-
it down.
So Champions is better than 6 months. Is as good as 6 months worth of music
So
to fit in the top 5
6
from
months?
July to December is what
Okay.
she's saying.
Okay.
6 months worth of music. It's in your top 5, but it's not in your top 10. So you're telling me January to June beat out July to
Uh-oh.
December?
So I'm glad you brought
Lawyer
that up.
G
Now I'm in
Come
my
on.
zone. I'm in my zone.
run
And then this is what I like. So I'm speaking for my athletes. So from an
Come on.
athlete standpoint,
Go
if
ahead.
you ball in the first half of the year,
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
you should be the up until the All-Star break rookie of the year, right?
Yes.
But the second half, you might stink. You out of consideration. Same with the rap game.
Okay.
okay.
But you're saying the inverse, that something in the beginning of the year has kept you captivated
Right.
all the way through to December.
Absolutely.
Where Meek gets no play.
He honorable mention. That is play.
That is
play.
a place.
I don't
It is a
know.
place. It's just
How
not
many- how many
in
you
the
got
place
your
that we
honorable
would be.
mentions you got?
Man, you gonna get off.
But good question,
Get
though,
off
bro.
my list,
I like
man.
that.
That's what I'm here. I'm here for
exactly. I
Oh,
like that. I like
this
that.
has been a hard.
this. It's a
year.
difficult situation.
It is, but I will say, Champions is something that will be somewhere in my top 10. So you got to wait for next week to see where it places.
Ooh.
So it's interesting,
Interesting.
to see that that's your
Interesting indeed.
honorable
Layla,
mention.
What else you got on your list for honorable mentions? Let's work the table.
Oh my
We're working the whole table.
Okay, hold on. Something that's on my honorable mentions that may be in y'all's top 10 in no specific order. I'll say Eminem Kamikaze.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
That was hard as hell.
Ooh.
But why not make it into your 10?
Because he was in mine.
Okay, so for me, when I'm thinking of top 10 of the year,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of what is something that I actually listen to. Now, there's things that I like, right? And that I feel have more clout than other albums. But it's like, what did I genuinely appreciate listening to when I'm not doing that boom bap?
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
Or what, and we already know this year for me hasn't been too much of a hip hop year versus me listening to old stuff. So for me, it was hard because as soon as we started talking about honorable mention show, G, I had to listen to over 40 other albums in 4 days.
I started laughing early on
4
this.
days. I'm telling you, 2019 ain't gonna be like this. Like, I'm gonna have my calendar. It's gonna, whenever something drops, I'm listening to it right then and there, and I'm putting what I'm rating it at that time so I can revisit it. Like, next year is no playing because this year was hard. But Eminem for me was one of those people, very lyrical. Tech 9 could have been in my top 20, but he's more like my top 30. Very, very lyrical. I love that he came back harder. It was way better than his last album that he had that he kept talking about on this goddamn album. So I was like, you know what? It's not good enough to be in my top 10 because I don't genuinely have any of his songs on my playlist. I just like and appreciate his album. So, I mean, number 11 ain't bad.
Number 11 ain't bad.
And Tut says last 6 more fire than the first 6.
Man, crazy Blaze.
Really?
Crazy
That's how he
Blaze.
feels.
Yeah,
It's been crazy.
Oh, I can't wait
Yeah.
for you, Tut, for next week.
I'm gonna set it off with Styles P, G Host.
Oh.
You know, he got 4 projects out this year. G
But
lot.
Host, Dime Bag, Nickel Bag,
Artist of the year.
Beloved with Davies, held his own. You know, he just came off of doing a project with Talib Kweli the year before.
Seven,
which was
doing
fire.
7,
which was
Yeah,
fire.
that
We
shit was dope.
we didn't see that collab coming, so he is consistently, working, man. Just putting out great content. And it was really hard to really sit with 4 different albums and
is hard.
compare them all and try to make heads or tails. But, he's definitely on my honorable mentions list, man. So shout out to Styles P and shout out to Dave East, too.
Yeah, I think I like that Styles project. He's got a track with Oswin Benjamin, which is an up-and-coming artist, and that's Morning on that G Host. So for those that are tuned in right now, make sure y'all get an opportunity to listen to this album as a whole. Listen to this project. Let us know what you think. Hit us up anywhere online at the Sphere TV. Use our coveted hashtag That Boom Bap. Let us know, what do you think about that Styles PG Host?
Absolutely.
Did it make your honorable mention?
And the reason why we're still talking about it is because his marketing game has been mean.
Bananas.
And a lot of other artists should definitely pay attention to that. And for other small business owners, if you have a business, you definitely need marketing. So this portion of the show is sponsored by The Sphere. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher, and a bunch more. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue coupled with your strategic ads is surely to hit the mark every time. So call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send us an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv.
Ow.
Damn it. Yeah.
And as
So-
y'all can see, we're letting the Facebook Live roll a little bit longer than we usually do. Why? Hell, it's the end of the year. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
up here
Yo,
doing
yeah.
Don't say we ain't never
Thank
give
D. Murphy
you
in the
anything.
building.
Hey, I appreciate y'all for real.
This season. So I'm going to actually flip the script a little bit.
No.
I'm ready for it.
We waiting
and I
on you.
think this may be a little shocker, but one of the hardest working guys in hip hop had a collab this year. Whew. Had a collab with an excellent producer known as The Alchemist. And this was none other than Currency. And he picked up that main man, Freddie Gibbs, and blessed us with Fetty. One of my honorable mentions for 2018. Let's let this rock out for a little bit. Drop this bass.
I'm mad. Fuck yeah, I like this song a lot. I'll talk all over this shit.
Yo.
How is this an honorable mention
Yo.
and
I'm
not
waiting.
fighting
Yo.
for a position on your 10?
Yo.
How is that?
I'm just saying.
How is that?
So here's the thing. Impact, playback value, anti-skip. Those areas for me are a little rough.
Fuck out of
Especially
here.
impact and anti-skip.
Fuck out of here.
I'm just saying. Honorable mention,
You know what, man?
2018.
Listen, Mike, I need my shot.
He really
You
gonna
trying
be
to shoot
mad.
me?
No, I don't want you in this. Listen,
Oh, you need your own shot.
You know what? I've known this from the jump, that there's some people that tune in to see G, and there's some people that tune in to see me.
What about me?
Well, you're definitely eye candy.
Whatever. Oh. Well, you're gonna be mad because he didn't even make my top 25.
Nah, that's cool. I know you're
Honorable mention.
different, but from you,
This is a good
Hey,
album.
you have been talking a lot about it.
This
though.
a good album, but this has been a tough ass year.
But that's not
do
bad.
you
That's his
skip
first
over
honorable
Now or
mention.
Later Gators? Do you skip over that?
So I skip over Saturday Night Special. Now Later Gators is questionable for me. I like the
How?
production, but I'm not sold on it. I like the blow better, and I like new things
How
better.
could you skip anything on this fucking?
I'm just being honest.
Look, I got my camera shot back. Look,
Willie
it's
Lloyd,
okay,
it's
man,
all right.
Because I got y'all. I
It's
got
all right.
y'all.
I'm
Oh,
just saying.
I wonder where they're gonna be on your top 10.
I'm just saying.
Interesting.
Saying they fighting right now.
It ain't a Fonte. No news is good news.
Yeah, it is.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's not.
Production is A1.
It doesn't have the same
Rhymes
impact.
Is on point.
It doesn't have the
Content
same
is super
impact, though.
dope. You out of your
And-
mind?
and
How
I'm
not?
And I'm not skipping as much. I'm just
Impact
saying.
on who?
I'm just saying. You all right over there?
Nah,
Getting grayer by the second.
dude, I'm about to come out this vest, B. It's getting hot in here.
What Facebook saying? Facebook, what y'all think?
Chucko just laughing.
Well, yeah, let's get the feedback from the
Man,
people.
listen.
Or
Y'all-
Benny for the
listen,
artist
y'all
of the year.
get at me on Twitter at Ream Boom
Yeah,
Bap.
I feel that.
Let's move this one part of the show out later.
Yeah.
All right, so
We'll keep it rolling around the table.
We do another
Yeah,
round.
D. Murph.
All right.
Well,
What
he
else
gave
is on
us
your?
two.
You gave us two. Oh, we don't want to skip it. You the guest, man. Give us
You know
another.
what?
I'll
Listen.
give us
We already
two
30
more.
in.
Yeah.
Let's do this 2 by 2.
Yeah.
2 by 2. Okay.
So-
Let me grab another off my list.
Go ahead.
So I'll say this shit because it's been a tough year, man.
For who?
It's been a tough year.
For who?
Hip hop heads gonna be mad at me,
No, they not.
but goddamn it, another in my honorable mention didn't make my top 10 this year.
Oh shit, I'm scared.
Prime 2.
Mm,
Prime 2.
I'm not
I
mad
can
at
respect
that.
that.
Now, here's the thing. I'm a big Prime fan, right? Everybody at this table is probably a Prime fan. That first fucking album was fire. Fire. Now, we often had tracks that made our track of the week.
Yeah.
One of the best tracks of the week we've had this year was Prime 2, that era, featuring Dave East. So let this
Yeah,
rock
that was
out
dope.
just a little bit.
That was dope.
I'm the leader. I'm the leader of this game. Old school or new.
You a primo on that?
School or new.
Shout out to Ant-Man Wonder.
Here's the thing, man. Great album. I keep wanting to use the word great. Good album. Not as good as Prime 1 because it wasn't as potent. Should have been a little bit more potent. That means there were things in here that I skipped over. Sunflower Seeds, I could do without.
I can't
Wow,
stand
with
Sunflower
Yellow
Seeds.
Wolf.
I
like
Rock.
Rock Marciano, but I could do without respect my gun. It was things I could have just skipped that didn't
like
need to
Respect
be
My
on
Gun.
this album.
Yeah.
Shout out to Long Island. Shout out to Rock, man.
Just things
Yo,
that
Murph.
just didn't need.
So I got one for you.
What's up, big
Is it
brother?
Prime 2 or is it Book of Ryan?
That's that Royce, the 5'9".
Royce versus Royce. Yeah. So we taking Prime or we taking Royce? Which one we taking to the island with us?
The Island.
Yeah. You know, you can only go with a few albums on the island.
Gotta go with Prime, man.
Ooh.
That was tight. That's very tough. Because
Man.
Bob Little Boat makes it hard.
Shit.
Got the summer on lock makes it hard.
Amazing makes it hard. Caterpillar makes it hard. I mean, the
Caterpillar,
list goes
yeah.
on.
It was a pretty good album,
Now,
but I totally understand why it's an honorable mention.
now to throw myself under the bus, I'm going with Prime over Book of Ryan, simply because the songs that I like on Book of Ryan I love, but they don't relate to the story.
Okay. Damn.
Summer on Lock doesn't relate to the story. You know, Caterpillar doesn't relate to the story. So I'm all for the story. I'm all for the how I came up with what happened, because he ain't do shit but put his mama's business all in the street. But I appreciate the way that he did it, the delivery, the track selection, even the skits in between. So it's a really dope book.
Yeah.
It's a really dope audio hip hop book. but the songs that I truly like don't fit.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, one of my honorable mentions for sure is Royce the 5'9's Book of Ryan.
No. You should throw something else out there.
I'm sorry.
You got 30.
That's the one that I struggled with. Leave me alone, Reem.
You do have.
Leave me alone. But no, he would be one of my honorable mentions. My number 12, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna get a lot of heat for that. More so than your prime.
You can make it up on this next one. What's your second?
Well, Murph, you give us your
So
two.
I have a question for y'all. So
I try to avoid that.
No, that's cool. That's cool. You can do that too. So Lupe Fiasco.
Oh my God, he's
Is
in
that
mine.
R&B or more hip hop?
The
That's
Zogus
hip-hop.
Wave?
So I'm gonna go ahead and put myself in front of this bus that's coming.
Nah, B. No bus.
I ain't even listened to it.
Yo,
It was way
the
way too much
fuck?
heat.
it is a lot
It
of
was
fucking
way
tracks.
too much heat.
It
and
is, but it's Lupe.
I didn't get
That's
to
why I
it.
had to.
But it wasn't potent, Lupe.
I ain't get to it.
It
What
wasn't.
is he
It wasn't
ranked?
his best Lupe.
He's my number
It wasn't
16.
even better than Lasers.
I mean, it really wasn't, but I like
I'm gonna
the.
just say it. I'm gonna put it out there.
So he didn't even make it in your
Didn't
honorable
even
mentions?
ain't even in my honorable mentions.
Not in mine either.
I don't know how I feel
can't.
about my
It can't be in
co-host
mine
right now.
because
I'm just
I
saying,
ain't
Lupe
keep
listen
it
is
in
not
the
in
book.
your honorable mentions? At least in the first 10
Wasn't
honorable
even
mentions?
better than Food and Liquor 2.
Okay, I can agree with that, but that doesn't mean
Tetsu and you.
we're not comparing him to his stuff.
I'm just
We
saying.
always
We talking
compare
about
them
this
to their
year.
stuff.
I'm just
no,
saying.
I'm pissed.
So
He's my number 16 on mine, okay?
Okay.
Whatever.
that was my honorable mention. I'm glad this
High
sparked the
five.
conversation.
Me.
I'm glad it
Love
sparked that
it.
conversation. So shout out to Lupe.
Did you drop your two yet?
Who else you got?
And who else you got?
Give us another off your list.
Oh man, that.
Honorable mention. Didn't make the top 10. D. Murph. Why not sports? Flagrant 2.
The pressure.
Man, for real, because it was
The pressure.
Come with it now.
It's right there in front of you. Go ahead and put it out there. Put it out there, D. Murph.
Oh, God.
okay. I'm gonna say problem. I don't know if y'all.
Problems album. What was that S2 or was it S2?
Oh, that ain't
I
even in
like
my
Problem.
top.
Did I miss that?
That ain't
I
even in
missed
my
that?
40. No, he ain't in mine at all.
I didn't realize he put out a project this year.
We'll talk about
God
problem
damn it.
then
For
for
your
a second.
marketing needs and product placement, holla at us at thesphere.tv.
So I had to think about it because that's more. I don't think that's more mainstream.
Nah,
So
I like
why-
that.
so
That's
I
where
like
I'm
that
at.
you did that.
That's why I had to do that.
Absolute.
So, you know, just
Throw a little wrench in.
Yeah, I had to do that for those who might not get that publicity, that positive recognition.
I love the way
Nah,
it
shout out to
S2
Problem.
is
Yeah.
the album that we're talking
He's
about.
a
for
dope
Problem.
dude.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Talk a
yeah.
little bit why did you like it. Well, how did it make your mentions?
Man, just it's different, man. From like I said, you hear you can in the mainstream. You hear
Yeah.
the mainstream, you kind of know what's going to happen. But listening to the album, it was like expect the unexpected, and
Yeah.
it kept me on my ears. I can't say toes, but it just
Toes.
kind of kept me listening to see
Well,
what
if you
was
was
going to be
dancing
next.
and grooving, yeah.
I got 2 left feet, but yeah, as you can hear from the background, yeah, it's shout out to the West Coast.
Absolutely.
Shout out to the
West
West
Side.
Coast, man. And
You
again,
can't
when
get
we
into
grew
it.
up, the Chronic,
Yeah.
West Coast, Snoop, West
Yeah.
Coast,
MCA.
MCA,
DJ Quick.
Question:
DJ Quick.
How do you feel about Vince Staples? Don't say nothing, Reem.
He actually, I'm the
You
like
looking
you said,
down? Wait,
I
what
ain't
the
hear-
hell going on?
I ain't hear the album. I'm looking down on it.
what?
I'm pulling like Marine. I'm didn't
Pull
listen.
a Reem.
I didn't listen to the album.
Y'all ain't listening to nothing that I'm feeling. All right, who's another honorable mention? Man,
He
D.
just
Murphy.
gave his 2.
What you guys on you now?
Oh, I don't know how. Okay, well,
She is getting in her feelings.
I'm going
Yeah.
to get a lot of heat for this, but I thought about it very, very.
Talk
for
about
a very
it.
long time. Travis Scott, Astroworld.
Ooh.
Let me explain why. As we discussed.
Disrespectful.
You may have to duck in these streets now.
Oh, I know, H-Town, my bad. But I do got another Houston artist in my top 10 that y'all are going to love and appreciate, so whatevs. So, yeah, Astroworld for me. When I did the review, I said I enjoyed it. I loved the production of it. I hated the auto-tune.
Me too.
It turned me off.
Me too.
So because of the amount of auto-tune, I'm like, I can't even listen to his full album. Therefore, he shouldn't be worthy of my top 10. He was my top 5 in the first half of the year, right?
I don't remember.
I think
I've
so.
slept since then.
I don't like this dude. You never sleep.
So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this show moving along. What's your number 2?
I think this is
Oh.
a great choice, by the way.
Okay, okay. And one that's another surprise, Token, Between Somewhere. I was really shocked at this artist. I never even heard about this dude named Token.
Well,
Yeah,
thanks
I saw
to
him on Sway in the
I
Morning.
was about to say thanks
Man, he
to G. He brought
killed
that.
He
the
is
fucking
extremely lyrical. Like
Yeah.
I love like I was saying before the show started, he is an old Logic. Like the way that he spits and the way that he puts things together and the way that his cadence just goes up and down, and y'all know I'm a sucker for that. Token, I really love that album, and I wish I had more time to appreciate it because he probably could have made my top 10.
Well,
Talk your shit.
I like the way you playing this slow music, fading her out. That piano was dope.
I love
man.
it.
I appreciate
I
it.
love
Are you shading me
No,
again?
I'm not.
Yeah,
That
fuck yeah, you did.
So
you
you-
ain't hit it with
No,
the piano
no. I'm playing a Token track. That's same
I
difference
know,
from
but,
the album.
but why'd you pick that one?
I hadn't listened to the album,
That
so
shit
I just
was-
randomly picked the
That
track.
shit was slow.
Because let me tell y'all,
Slow the
he be throwing circus tent shade and he be throwing palm tree shade.
Yo,
at me. Like,
I'm
no.
just here to have a good time, man.
So what about you? Name 2 of your
Cut
honorable
Tut
mentions.
says, is he rap or R&B? Like, he doesn't even
I mean,
he heard the
bit of
chords
both.
from the piano.
Oh, Chucko said great pop album on Astroworld.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
some
it
shade.
is, man.
Yeah,
That was shade.
That was some shade.
That was shade.
Shout
So
out
what
to
about you? Give us some 2 of your honorable mentions.
I'm gonna go with DJ Muggs on this one. Shout out to the West Coast. Shout out
Okay.
to California.
Come on.
I love what he did with Mayhem Lauren on Frozen Angels.
Okay.
So I'm definitely rocking with that. And
Talk
he
about-
revisited his old classic. He did a new Soul Assassins joint that got Raekwon on there, MF Doom is on there, Cool G Rap is on there.
MF Doom.
Just a lineup of dark, dope, lyrical
Our era.
assassins on Soul Assassins. So he did it just right.
There it is.
So those are my 2 picks right there. Anybody want to say something?
Shout out to Soul Assassin. Shout out to DJ
Let it
Mugg.
go, Mike. Let it go, Mike. Let it go, Mike. Anybody want to say something? Look, motherfucker. Damn it.
Passion.
Listen,
I can
Linda,
feel it
this
in the
is
room.
what you go through at
until
home.
somebody proves me
Come
wrong,
on.
dog, this is where I'm at.
Come on. I hear you, bro.
All right.
Okay. Was that 2? Did you give us 2?
Yeah, he gave us 2.
I don't. It's okay. All right. All right. Well, this portion of the show is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. Did you know that only 4 states in the U.S. offer financial education? 33% don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month. And 39% of adults say they don't have enough savings. So don't become one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal finance strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask us how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services.
So can I toss this monkey wrench real quick?
No, you throw too many of them already.
What you got?
Thank you. Yo, Murph, who's your standout artist of the year? You know, this is away from albums and everything. Just that one dude who from January to December, every time you heard him on a feature or he released something or she released something.
Yeah,
Who is your
there you go.
standout artist of the year?
Keyword through December.
I'm going to say J. Cole. I'm gonna say
Okay.
J. Cole. I think he got a. I like to say this. He has an old soul. He's not into really marketing and pushing and
His shit just
featuring.
sells. Matter of fact, speaking of, he went platinum again with no features.
Exactly. So to do
Gotta love
that huge accomplishment with
Fuck
no
yeah,
features,
no features, and
Speaks-
produces most of his own shit.
Speaks volumes.
man wear many hats on his own stuff.
Artist.
Word.
Not just a rapper, he's an artist.
I'm looking
Damn
exactly.
near
So
flirting with the title of conscious rapper.
Come
You wanna
on.
talk about
Real
it.
rap.
And I wanna go there.
Impact.
exactly.
What's
So-
his impact?
So when you say artist, I'm looking at everything as
Absolutely.
a whole, for the community, for the genre, for just everything.
Absolutely.
like you said, listening, I'm like, man, that's deep. Let me write that down. Let me apply that to my life. So I would say J. Cole for the standout artist.
All right.
We already know what my answer would be if I was asked that question.
Who,
Do y'all
Token?
wanna-
Well, no,
Do
go
y'all
for
want to
it.
go
You
ahead
said
and take a
Token
guess?
or what?
No.
Cardi B. Nah,
That's a good one.
and it's fine.
He's
It's a
right.
good one.
That's
It's a
my
real good-
standout
it's a good
artist. I
one.
love
I
her.
mean, she's nominated for Album of the Year.
I mean, she didn't write all them songs, and we know that, but she performed. She performed. Those motherfucking
Entertainment matters.
songs. Word up. Entertainment's huge.
Facts.
You just can't stop. Won't stop. You might as well do the Harlem Shake with it.
Hey.
So,
G-Hop, give us 2 more.
I'm about to. So, I'm always a fan of one of the hardest working producers in the game, known by none other than
Uh-oh.
Apollo Brown.
Oh, absolutely.
Wasn't
And he
expecting that.
got with
He had
our
3
main
projects
man,
this
Joel Ortiz.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Put together a great project called Mona Lisa. Let me let part of that rock out for you real quick.
Never mind, no matter what, they gon' turn this shit into hate, so fuck it, let it alone. Headphones, dead in the zone, like Rick and Michonne. I'm feeling better on
Rick
my
and
own.
Michonne.
Took a sec for me to accept that next time I'm on the road, won't be no Crook, won't be no Royce, won't be no Joe.
Woo, shout out to Slaughterhouse, man. Goddamn, I miss them guys, man. Hardest, arguably, the best hip hop group in our generation.
With less than 9 members, I could co-sign.
Yes. yes.
With less than 9 members, I co-sign.
But
Nah,
Mona
they were
Lisa,
dope, man.
This is a really good album.
Yeah.
The production is on point. There's a few skips here and there. There-
Cocaine fingertips.
Oh, my
Fucking
God.
bananas.
Fire.
But you know what? I want to say this. I don't know if this is going to get shots, thrown at me or whatever, but I got to say the truth. Apollo Brown, definitely hands down a really dope producer. He
Yes.
got a joint out this year with Locksmith. He got
Yes.
a joint out with Apollo Brown, with Joel Ortiz, and he did something else this year too.
I don't know what else he did. I know about Locksmith in this one, obviously.
Okay. All of his drum patterns sound the same. Album after album after album. And it's hard to get something that stands out.
Yeah.
But when you get that
That's
track
his
that
stamp.
stands out, it's really, really dope.
Yeah.
So even if you listen to the joint that he did with Sky Zoo and then
And
you
last
listen
year.
to the joint he did with
Come on.
Locksmith, you listen to this, the beats, you could almost hear it coming like, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
And another thing, man, Joel does not get the attention, the talking points, the bring-ups that he deserves. He's a fucking monster.
He is.
You know what I'm saying?
He is.
So
He's
shout out to them on this project.
Lyrical,
Definitely.
man. And then teaming up with Royce on Timberland Up. I think
Yeah.
that was one of the singles off this joint. Fire, fire, fire. And let me tell y'all what we say. I think he did Ghostface too. Did he do Ghost?
He did the brown paper. He did the
Yes.
brown tape for Ghost.
Yes.
What he did was he flipped the album that Ghost made with Adrian
Adrian Young.
Young.
Yeah.
Yeah, he flipped it to the brown tape. And actually, you could go either way. It's like, do you want the RZA sounding
Yeah.
Wu-Tang, or do you want the mathematics boom bap street sounding Wu-Tang? So you kind of got a selection of there. Yeah, dope shit though.
That is. The other one I'm gonna bring up, and we've said this artist before, he's been the hardest working artist this year, but it's hard not to talk about this man who dropped Dime Bag this year, and we're talking about none other than Styles P.
Again.
Killing it.
Again.
And he's been on their fucking necks.
Yeah, dog.
Every quarter, he is on their necks, yo.
Yeah.
But this was a really good album, and I have to think hard about this, not making it into the top 10. But when I compared it to everything else that was there, and D Murph, I'm comparing it to the other honorable mentions. There's no way I could put that in place of some of the stuff that's there. But god damn it, it's a really good album, man. It's a really good album.
That's what's up.
Dime Bag, Styles P.
Now, I have to just add, if I can. Sure. We speaking on people we grew up listening to, though.
Yeah, they
Jada,
still here.
Styles P.
Come on.
They still in the game?
Yeah.
Killing it.
20 plus
Prime.
years.
That's all I want to
DJ
give them a shout
Premier
out,
still
man. So
here.
shout out to our era of music, man. That's
Absolutely.
And the artists that.
But you know what? On that note, and I'm gonna go ahead and snatch your thunder while it's still in the sky. To speak on that point, because like you said earlier, keeping an open mind to what the younger generation is doing, not necessarily saying this man is a younger generation. But what I like what he did with this album, in comparison to his album last year, he went more trap. You know what I'm saying? I could rock over these old samples, or I could give you what you want today. So I'm gonna put Jaron Benton in the game for Yuck Fu. Very dope
I didn't hear
album.
that.
Very, very trappish. But you know the lyrical content, the flow, the way he locks in when he locks in, you can't deny this man. And what he did with Mink Coat Killer was just retarded. The way he was flowing on those
top
on those,
5.
Yeah,
It made our top 5. The shit was fucking
it
fire.
was fire.
Why haven't I heard this album? Why you ain't tell me about it?
We talked about
I
it.
posted
We
on my
talked about it a
Instagram,
little
and
bit,
you
but we
followed
didn't-
me. Like
Yeah.
that's my that's
I
all I
listened
got
to
to
it.
stand on.
I didn't like the
You see
production
this
of it,
D
so
Murph?
that's why I didn't. It couldn't do it for me.
Okay.
But
well,
Yuck Fu.
Whose turn? It was your turn, right?
I already went.
Oh, it was. So you really did take my
I
thunder.
did snatch that from you.
Okay, well for that I'm giving y'all 3.
Copy that.
I really, really loved, and Amine was my number 10 until an hour ago. But his album one.
How you say his name?
Amine.
Amine. That's how you
Amine.
say it. Amine.
Amine.
Amine. Amine.
Amine.
Yeah.
Anime.
No, not anime.
Not anime?
But
Alright.
1.5, I thought that album was very well put together.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Did we do? We did an album review for him, or did we do track of the week?
I think we reviewed it.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
did.
we
I
did
think
review it, right?
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah,
all around great album.
I don't know about
Absolutely.
that. I
I
wasn't fucking.
literally more than half of his songs are on my playlist.
I'm good on all
so
that.
I like the Ratchet one, the Saturn Girl.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sound too much like these new niggas.
I
He's a new nigga.
Like
Exactly.
It's his second
like
album,
hello,
dog.
Nick Grant.
goodbye.
New
Also,
Yeah, you know, you
No.
spoke on him.
I'm just saying. Totally different.
excuse
All
me,
right.
I got the mic.
My apologies.
You see this, D Murph?
Sorry, Layla.
No, I'm playing. I'm also very sad because he was in my top 10 from what I thought since Thanksgiving, but I removed him, and that was Boz for Milky Way.
Shout out to Dreamville.
Oh,
Shout out to
he may,
Dreamville.
I mean, he
man.
may pop up back in my top 10 next week.
How though? If he's in your honorable mentions, he can't be in
Copy
your top
and
10.
paste and delete.
You need
Yes.
to get that shit, man. What
Shout
are
out to
you
my man
doing?
Grandfather Clock. I see you, homie.
And also Mac Miller Swimming. I
can't do
had
that.
to put him as an honorable mention.
R.I.P. to him, but I can't do that.
You know what?
Stand firm, fam. Stand firm.
So here's my thing. First, before I move too fast, I agree with you, Boz, Milky Way. This was on my honorable mentions list. It was growth from his first album,
Oh, a lot of growth.
and I can't wait for his next project. However, I felt some type of way with how Kaz, Ari Lennox, they don't get the same push.
They should.
They really-
Over Boz. Like, whatever
Yes.
the fuck is pushing him, give it to Kaz.
So cause Kaz
Yeah.
works. He's got flow.
Kaz is
Ari
better, too.
works. She's fucking phenomenal.
I mean,
Not to
they
take
got
away
a
from
dope
Boz.
squad though.
Not to take away from Milky Way, not to take away from Tribe and Boca Raton, the Spaceships and Rockets.
Oh, yes.
This is a good project.
Oh, I love that song.
I need to see the rest of the team get that same love that Boz gets, which may be some of the reasons why we hear more Boz, not just because it's good, but he's just getting a bigger push.
Yeah. Well, I know you don't
Fuck
know.
money, spread love.
I think next year may be a year where they actually all do something together.
Balance it out.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
I really hope so.
Compilation albums don't really sell that well.
I mean, nothing really sells.
Actually,
Just streaming.
Yeah, right. Yo, shout out to my pops. My father-in-law is watching.
Hey.
What's up, Papa Ring?
And to my family and friends, appreciate y'all for tuning
Absolutely.
in. I wanted to give
And
them a
before I
shout out.
forget,
Oh wait a minute, I want to speak on your other
Oh.
one that you mentioned.
see, I'm just rushing through mine. I'm so sorry.
So, Mac Miller.
Yeah.
First and foremost, as Reem mentioned, I think Murph mentioned, obviously, and Layla's mentioned, R.I.P. to Mac Miller. You know, suicide is real, right? You know, that shit is real. I felt extremely bad because we annihilated his album right before he passed away. And we
The
were
day
speaking
before,
Yeah,
actually.
we were speaking
Actually,
honest
I think it was like the night of.
how we felt about the project, not knowing where he was psychologically when he created this project. So every time I go back to listen to it, I feel bad because of that, right? However, to me, and I will stand firm that it was not as good as his divine
Yeah.
feminine.
Mhm.
It
For
just
sure.
wasn't. And there's so much other smoke that was given this year. But I do want to shout out to Mac Miller Swimming. We miss you because you're an excellent and dope ass MC.
Oh my God.
I wish he was here. I would love to hear his next project after Heartbreak, after Fighting Demons. What comes after that? I would have loved to have heard that album.
And the thing about Mac is like when we did that episode, it was just like I started going back all the way to his beginnings when he was 14.
Yeah.
Starting in the game.
Blue
And I'm
Slide
just
Park
like,
and all that.
yes, I'm just like, that is one extremely talented young man. And to see how young he is, like I didn't realize how young
26.
he was.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It was just insane. But I mean, this is a great project, but it wasn't something, I mean, before or even after, you know, his passing that I was just jamming like that. It was just an album that I could appreciate, and you could definitely see the talent through production, through writing, through everything. He's just a different cat, and I can appreciate people like that.
Well, I'm standing firm on what I said then, and I feel the same way, and I don't feel bad for saying what I said then. It is what it is, but R.I.P. I will say that much.
R.I.P.
That,
What
you
would
know,
they-
my
what
job
would
is my
you
job.
say?
And there was
I do
another
what I
one
do.
that left us as well. That's Triple X as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Just to stay on topic.
Yeah, that was
You know,
some
that
wild
way
shit.
we won't,
Sure.
you know.
Absolutely.
Definitely
He
not
had
in
a
the
decent
honorable.
album.
Did you, okay.
He wasn't in my top 30, but he had a decent album.
Okay.
So
Why did you just do that?
What? Clear my throat? Coming over
Circus
cold.
tent
I don't know.
shade.
All right, so real quick before we get out of here, I'm gonna
Yeah.
throw another pair of dice out there real fast.
All right, what you got?
Shout out to Boston. Shout out to Static Selector and Terminology for their 1982
Yeah.
and for Terminology with Bad Decisions.
Real rap.
Oh, let
1982.
me go ahead and throw myself into the next bus I see coming down the block. Man, this is gonna be some shit, but I'm gonna say it.
I got the.
About to drive this
Go
bus
ahead.
to you. What?
Benny,
No shit.
Tana Talk 3,
You put it as an honorable mention.
number 11.
You talked all that shit to me.
Now
I
the team
love-
is strong.
You talked all that
The
shit to me.
team is strong.
So you telling me Fetty is better than Benny the Butcher?
Yeah.
I love
King
this.
Tut, where
Yeah.
the fuck you at, B?
He
Where
will
you
be
at,
with us
Tut?
next week.
Hop in on Facebook Live, Tut. Slap this kid, man. This is some bullshit.
Yeah, man.
This is some bullshit.
I love it.
Yeah, I
Healthy
mean, I love it.
conversation.
It is, and it's like no,
Great
no one
album,
is wrong.
great first project, very dope. Number 11.
God
that was
damn,
tough for me, man.
bro.
That was
Damn. Well, that's your number 11. Oh yeah, and I shout out to Ti because you were in my top 10 too, but you're no longer there. Dime Trap. I'm so sorry. I still love Hefe very much so. A lot. Yeah.
Hefe is cool.
Yeah, no, Hefe is fucking amazing.
is cool.
No, I need to shout out the producer. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start having the list of the producers and the people
That's
that
what we
put the
do.
songs together. Like I'm talking about me personally,
Yeah.
because I'm
But
gonna
we
start
do that
shouting
on the
them out.
album reviews. We, shout out to
I know
genius.com.
that, but you get what I'm saying.
You are just in your feelings, Scorpio.
But that's it. I mean, Hefe. It's a
Same
fire
birthday.
track. Murphy, got any last ones before we get out of here? Any last honorable mentions you wanna throw out there?
Man, just want to, no honorable mentions, but want to thank y'all, man, for having me on.
Man,
No,
thank
For real,
you for
man.
coming
No doubt,
through,
man.
man.
For real.
Nah, for
This is
real.
huge, man. Just
Hey.
from my inbox and everything out like that, man, it's been dope. And I'm glad to be a part of this toward the end of the year.
Appreciate it, man.
man,
As
we're
soon as
glad to have
Layla
you.
plugged me in, I hit you up like, yo, what
I
up?
love
Yeah,
T-Murph.
And we
Yeah.
in the same
Area.
demographic, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
y'all
around the same
are.
way. So
Oh,
Y'all
yeah.
can go
Yeah,
in
well-
happy hour.
Yeah,
and we will.
And
We should do that.
If y'all do without me, I'm.
We should hit up right
I'ma
up there in,
pop up like cheaters.
off of 99. Hit that La Centera. Yeah, we'll hit up a World of Beer.
No.
Grab some
that'd be
brews.
dope.
We do that.
Wait,
Oh.
no.
We're
Make
gonna
sure
have to
I'm
buy her
available.
a train.
What the hell
Got to
y'all
buy her a train
doing?
ticket for where she stay at.
This is my friend
Oh,
first.
yeah, hey,
Capture.
you right.
Shit.
Yeah, we got to include
The
later.
heavy move.
Yes.
But other than that, that's all I had to say,
Okay.
brother.
Well, we
Appreciate
appreciate
y'all,
you
for real.
being
Thank
here,
y'all.
my G. My G. We appreciate that shit. Layla, you got any last one before we get out?
No, all I'm gonna say is catch me on New Year's Eve. I will pull a what's his name? Big Mun, and I'm gonna
Big
put my
Mun is
top
dope.
30 of the year right there. And it's probably gonna switch from today's show. But hopefully not next week's show, which is our top 10 special. And that I'm probably crying tears right now. I'm
Yeah?
just saying. Yeah. Real talk. Like Do you see this?
Yo, I want you.
see this?
I want you to post that on Instagram.
All of my notes?
Yes. I want you to show the people how real it is.
The work.
Like, this is what I do for real.
Nah,
Here it
this is nah. I can't wait to one day actually get paid like a huge salary just to do this shit. Like to
How
do
much
what
you
you
want?
love a lot.
There it is.
Well, you know, in order to do that, we just gotta have people go subscribe, share this
Yes.
shit out,
Share
share
it
the
out,
show,
man.
subscribe. That's
Help
how we
Layla.
get bigger.
Right.
That's
ain't
how
no
that's how this shit
GoFundMe.
grows.
Go
Wait,
fund
it's
me
like,
now.
Go fund me now. No.
Yo,
Funny shit.
become a Patreon exclusive so we can keep Layla. Like now it's about
Yeah,
keeping her.
help us
'cause
pay for this fucking
She'll
bandwidth.
walk for the bag, B.
Bandwidth alone plus internet access.
Yeah.
Fucking
I love
hundreds
you.
of
I hate
dollars
you and I love
in
you.
bandwidth
Oh my
costs
God.
just to get this shit out.
Yes.
Man. And I'm gonna end. Reem, you got one more you want to drop us with? Or
Wait,
you
we
good?
doing shout outs or just
one more is gonna be Jean Grey and Quilly Chris. Everything is fine.
Oh,
Love
damn.
that album.
Yeah, love that couple.
Yeah, love them as a couple.
They're a
love
real
the
life
album.
couple for real?
Yeah.
Nah, they,
I
yeah,
thought that
they
was just a
engaged.
joke.
Yeah.
Nah, they
No, they
they
engaged.
together.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's the kind of love I'm trying to find, man. Somebody who can share this hip hop thing with me, you know?
I hear that. Oh, I'm gonna end on something hard, something that people may not expect, something that I found to be a great honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention to
For
pick
the
me
hardest
up.
record that came out.
Fly God is good.
Oh, come
All the
on,
time.
man.
Come on. It's okay.
Nah, man. You know.
Oh.
You coming out? You want to take it off? He got hot. He gonna show the true gun, the true digital.
Digital.
Honorable mention. Won't make my top 10,
Someone hold my fitted.
but
Yo, G, come on, man.
won't make my top 10.
Hey, yo,
really are
But
you
the
know what?
Fly God is good.
You know what? Maybe this will help me get the streets back, because they mad at me right now. Dude, they had to be one or two out of Griselda that dropped an album this year, and this one edged out Tanner Talk, man. So, get at me. Yo, Tut, I got the text message too, but get at me now that I said that shit, man. Word up.
But D Murph, once again, my G, we truly appreciate you blessing
We need
us,
a part
man.
two, Murph.
Yeah, we're gonna get you back
Need
in
a
the
part two.
studio. But
Appreciate
damn
that.
show, man. Shout out to Flagrant 2. Shout out to Why Not Sports
Appreciate that.
with
Appreciate
D
that.
Murph. You're doing it big, my G.
that, bro.
Please let people know where they can find you, follow you, catch up with you, talk shit.
Yeah,
where can they reach you at,
please
man?
do, because y'all see G Hawk tried to, test me, but it was
I
all
did.
love.
Yes.
I had to use my sport analogy,
Yes, indeed.
but it still made sense.
To
but
the
yeah,
table.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
But everybody, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at IsDMurph. You can find the show on most platforms, like we said, including iHeartRadio as well as Spotify. Hit me up on email, isdmurph@yahoo.com at the moment, and yeah, just hit me up, and I'll respond back soon and very fast, I promise. But thank y'all. Hit me up. Let's continue to represent Houston.
All right.
Layla E.
Hey.
Where can the good people reach you at, my dear?
You can find me at Layla_E1 on that Snappity chat and IG. And join my Facebook group, Layla_E. Shout out to Justin and Oscar again. Y'all have been so dope and very instrumental in keeping up with all hip hop shit and introducing it to other people as well. And also, I want to give a shout out to one of my international artists who made an honorable mention, Reggie Snow, with his Dear Annie. Dope album.
I like that album.
Yeah, so I want to give him a shout out, and I want to give y'all a shout out, and especially you, D Murph. Thanks for, coming on the show today.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me.
You know, you took the high road on that, because as many palm trees as I done tossed your ass, you still gave me a shout out, and I appreciate that, little sis. Word up. That's
I have a
love.
big heart.
I don't.
Big heart.
I don't. My
You a
shit is
Scorpio,
small.
yes, you
It's
do.
dark.
Did she shout me
It's
out?
fucked off.
She ain't shout me
Yes,
out.
I
You
did.
did? Okay. I didn't know.
I take that back.
I thought.
Well,
Shout out back.
since we Indian giving around this piece,
Re-
Which
yo,
you did to
I probably
K of
did.
the
I think
foundation.
it's more like Native American giving.
Yeah. I told him I was gonna take my friendship back. So, yo, shout out to K. Matter of fact, I gotta holler at him. But closing out, man, yo, we appreciate everybody that rocks with us, man. Whether you're here in the States or whether you're overseas in places like Ireland, the UK, Singapore, down in South Africa. Shout out to y'all down there, wherever y'all may be. We appreciate it, man. We're gonna keep growing and keep doing things for y'all. We got some really dope things turned out. I'm really happy with this year, man. We've had some of the hottest DJs come through here. We've had some of the hottest interviews. Murph, thank you,
Yes.
sir, for
No doubt,
gracing
brother.
us with your
No doubt,
presence.
no doubt,
For
no
all of
doubt.
y'all who want to keep up with your boy, I'm on Instagram at Kareem.Sean, SHON. And you can also follow me on Twitter at Reem Boom Bap. Holla at me, I holla back.
There it is. And of course, If y'all need to reach your main man anywhere online, holla at your boy. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Pornhub, Ashley Madison. We're everywhere at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with a Z. If you got any questions about the shit we do here at the show, shoot us an email. boombap@thesphere.tv.
I love this echo,
Do a
man.
damn show get with you. And of course, anywhere on social media at the Sphere TV. Use our coveted hashtag That Boom Bap. Facebook, we love you. This has been an excellent fucking show. Merry
Cheer,
Christmas
cheer, cheer.
to all of you all.
Cheer, cheer.
Definitely.
Happy
And of
holidays.
course, like we always say, rap
Minus.
Lies.
equals hip hop.
That's that boom bap.
baby.
We'll see y'all next time.
You was supposed to say the
Peace.
last part.